Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Recently just got my car repossessed. Yes, sir. And I'm trying to see what's my next course of action. I've been watching you guys for a while and just trying to see my next course of action. How can I come back from that, pretty much.
Wow. So you just woke up and it was gone out of the driveway?
No, sir. I actually seen them when they actually pulled it.
Oh, okay. All right. That is an emotional experience, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
It feels like somebody's stealing something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think that's why these repo guys get so much crap off of the customer. It's because they're like slipping up in your driveway, taking your stuff out of your driveway. It's dangerous. It's wow.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry, man. So how much was the car payment?
The car payment was about $584.
Mm-hmm. How much did you owe on the car?
It was about maybe $3,000 on it. I definitely went over maybe 100 days on it. Just
$3,000 is all you owed?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
And what was the car worth?
I'm from what my documents I'm looking at, I believe in the range of about 20 grand or something like that.
Oh, so you had bought this car, almost paid it off or put a bunch down. So what happened that you were not able to make the payment? Tell us what happened in your situation.
Really just, just really negligence on me, and just, when I lost my job in November, which was my main means of, really the main means of employment that I could pay the bill. But I lost that job in November of 2023, and just from there, just covering my other stuff, and and just really just neglecting the bill almost. I would say. How long ago did this happen? It was they pulled it like a week or two ago.
Okay. Have you talked to them about paying it off and picking it up?
Yes, sir, I have. And they had told me that I would have to pay the full amount.
The $3,000?
The $3,000 plus, what's the car owed on the car, which was, I think the amount they told me was like $21 if I wanted to recover it.
Oh, you're saying, so I see. So the missed
you
payments
didn't owe
were $3,000.
You were behind $3,000.
Yes, sir.
I see.
Yes, sir. I was behind $3,000.
But you owe
yes, sir.
$21.
And the
Yes,
car's
sir.
worth
Well,
$20.
It was at like 18 before they added the fees and stuff at the end.
Yeah, but you owe as much as it's worth.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Got
All
it.
right. Oh, man. Are you back to work? Or are you doing anything? What are you driving in the last 2 weeks?
Nothing right now, because I didn't have anything pretty much saved up for another means.
Are you single?
So I'm trying to. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So you've been sitting at home for 2 weeks. How are you getting around?
Well, I've really just been applying for jobs, and if anything came up, I could like Uber or something like that at the moment. But
What are you doing for work? And what are you earning currently?
I was working at GameStop. That was like my last recent job, but I just recently wasn't even there anymore. I only was working for like 2 days a week, something like that. So
By choice or because they didn't have the hours?
Just didn't have the hours. I would say I just came in on the job.
Okay,
So
what about now?
Now I'm not working at all.
Listen, if I'm you, I do think that everybody kind of has an ideal work situation in their mind of something that they're shooting for. And sometimes you can hold off thinking, I'm just going to hold off until I get the job that I want. But in your case, you literally can't afford to do that for many reasons. Your self-confidence and, you need cash. Like there's many reasons to take any job until you get the job. And one of those things is self-confidence. The more you sit at home, the more you're going to feel some type of way about yourself and what you're able to accomplish. But if you go out and get any job and take the first job, number one, it puts a little money back in your pocket, gives you a little boost of feeling good about yourself.
Like, do you have a friend that works construction, Liddell?
No, sir, not that I know. I have friends that work like the railroad companies and stuff like that, maybe.
Yeah. Call him and ask him if they'll put you on, and he can give you a ride to work for 2 weeks till you can get a check and get you $1,000 car.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your car that got repoed, we'll circle back to that, is the least of your problems right now. I'm more worried about you eating and paying rent and keeping the lights on and getting your life back on track than I am that stupid car. It's kind of good that car's gone because it was a real hanging over your head problem. So here, look, I'll go ahead and give you the full answer on the car so you know what you're looking at, but let's focus 99% of your efforts on finding a ride to work and getting some kind of work going 50, 60, 70 hours a week right now. Go crazy, man, and make you some quick, easy money somewhere, just working like a maniac and bum rides off of friends for 2 weeks and then go get you, or catch an Uber, whatever you got to do, but go get you $1,000 or $1,500 car and pay cash for it. Okay. Is that a plan?
Yes, sir. That's definitely a plan.
Now, the other car, we're just going to let them have it.
Okay.
And then here's what's going to happen. They're going to sell it on a repo lot. You owe 21 with all the fees. They're going to sell it for 12, 14,000. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be 6 months from now, maybe. And then they're going to come knocking on the door, not literally, but they're going to send you notes and start threatening you that you owe them the difference. It's called the deficit, 21 minus whatever they sell it for. Let's call it 14, so you owe them 7. Okay? When they do that, they will settle that for about 20 cents on the dollar. So you probably could settle that old bad debt, the deficit on the repo, for somewhere around $1,500 when it comes due.
Okay.
I'm not going to be far off. It might be 1,000, it might be 2,000, but it's somewhere in that range. It's not. You're not going to owe them $10,000. They're going to come at you for $7,000 to $10,000, but you can settle that for pennies on the dollar. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, I understand.
But in the meantime, obviously, and that's probably going to be a year before you hear from them on that.
Okay.
So we're going to put that repo, as nasty as it is, in the back of your mind and try to get to work and get your current life straightened out as fast as you possibly can here. I think that's what's going to matter, is what Jade said, because the way you feel about yourself and the sense of desperation, the knot in your stomach and knot in your throat, I've been there, man. It's no fun. It's terrorizing, terrifying. And so, I want you to get some cash coming in that place. Then go get you a little beat-up car that's reliable and get your life started back, and then pile up some cash to get ready for when they come at you later on this. Create your free Every Dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
We're going to go to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Tom is there. Tom, how can we help?
Hi, guys. Hey, I'm 60, be 61 in June, 0 in retirement. My wife and I bring in about $7,200 a month after taxes. So that's clear. I have about $26,000 in debt right now, between credit cards, some personal loans, and a tax bill that's due the end of June. I have my budget out. Everything's done. My question is in October, when they are paid off, I would like to do a max out 2 Roth IRAs and then do my 401k at work. That still leaves me about $2,000 a month extra to invest. Where is the best place to put that so I get the most return on it for the next 4.5 years, 5 years?
What happens after 5 years?
I would like to retire when I'm 65.
Oh, boy. Well,
Yeah.
I wish you could just announce that once you turn 65, you get to. Man.
I would like to do that.
I would love that for you, Tom, but I don't know that the numbers will work out if you just stopped working.
We're going to get about, we'll get no less than $4,000 a month from Social Security. And I took into fact in 2034, it's supposed to go down 80%.
Mm-hmm.
So I have all those numbers crunched in there and everything. My thought is if I can get around 150,000 to 160, 175, I can take an extra 1,500 a month out of the investments, and that's at 8%, averaging 8%. I know it's pretty aggressive. That's we have a Fidelity growth fund in it at work, which averages 8 to 12. So I've looked at that. So I've done some homework, but I'm just curious if there's anything other than the 401k, where I'm going to get hit with taxes probably when I take that out. I'm going to max out the 2 Roth IRAs for my wife and I. Every year.
Outside, you got 401k through your employer. You have the IRA outside of an employer, and then you can also invest in health savings account if you have access to one of those through a high deductible health plan. That's another spot you can invest.
Okay. Is that taxable at the end of the year or whenever I take it out? Because that rolls over, right? You can roll that over.
Yes, the HSA will roll over, and if you use it for qualified medical expenses, you can take it out tax-free. It'll grow tax-free. If you use it for something else, then after 65, it kind of turns into more like a traditional 401k, where it will become taxable income if it's not used for those medical expenses. So those are 3 options for you. Yeah. Outside of that, there is a brokerage account that's not connected to retirement, non-retirement brokerage account that is taxable. So you'll have short-term capital gains, long-term capital gains. But I feel like right now we need to just focus on getting out of this debt. Do you have a mortgage as well?
No, our house is paid off.
Good. So we have this $26,000 in consumer debt. You said will be done by October.
Yeah, I have a $5,000 tax bill. Our taxes are $4,500 a year, which is why I want to probably sell the house when I'm 65 and downsize.
Would you pay cash for the next house?
Exactly. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Yes, that's a good plan.
The proceeds from this and get something smaller. Hopefully, maybe have another 50 or 60 left over from that.
And then you do have catch-up contributions with the 401k and the IRA at your age.
Right.
So I would take advantage of all of that, max everything out once you get rid of the consumer debt and once you have a 3 to 6 month emergency fund.
Right. Yeah, I have the 1,000. I'm not worried about the 1,000. I have that.
Well, you need more than that once you're out of debt.
Yeah.
So you might not be investing till next year.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's the game plan, and you might need to work longer than 65.
Pardon?
You might need to work longer than 65, and I would plan on that.
Yeah, I've done the numbers all the way out to 67, which is my max or my actual retirement date. Yeah, I've looked at it, and that gets me like an extra $400 or $500 a month too. My Social Security. Not that I want to rely on that because you never know. But yeah,
what do you enjoy doing, Tom? Let's just fast forward and let's just assume you're bored out of your mind a year into retirement, and you're like, man, I got to get out and do something. What would you do? What do you enjoy?
I already, and this is another bonus on that. I did start. I've started 2 companies during the time frame from I was 18 through now. I've started 2 companies and sold them. We've done very well. We've been blessed. The problem was, and I'm gonna say this: my dad passed away when he was 6 months away from retiring, and I had a heart attack 4 years ago. So I was like, I'm going to live like it's my last because you just don't know. And I think that's where I fell into a trap of some of the other stuff. So I have actually about 3 months ago started a small company, small business, to take care of me if I'm bored. My wife and I love to golf, so we have that also. That's an entertainment thing. But as far as making extra money, I started a small candle company, local. I'm already in some retail shops, looking at doing an Etsy thing. Not looking at blowing it up anything huge, but there's some extra cash flow. It is financing itself right now. I'm reinvesting everything. I've only put about $600 of my own in it to get it started. So I do have some things there.
Okay. Well, that's good. You know why I asked that question.
I have a plan, and I just that was my one fear, was being bored out of my mind, because you're going to golf a golf course so many times before you're like, okay, I'm done.
And that's my point. You can slow down, enjoy life, do those things, but fully retiring in your situation, if you're supplementing some of your basics like gas and groceries and utilities and that paid off house, working for yourself or somebody else. That's supplementing because you are way behind on actual retirement, and George is right. You know, that's not going to add up that quickly. So having a fallback plan right now is really smart. And I would say to you that we need to change the way we talk about this in America. This idea of retiring doesn't mean just waking up and just fotzing around all day doing hobbies. There is a way to work. I think we should continue to work on some level, not necessarily because we have to, but because we want to. And I think that we got a lot of people that are George boomers that are moving into retirement, and we're watching people come back because they're like, I want to do something. Yeah. And in this case, Tom, the right do something could really help you out on those basic expenses for a while. So,
Tom, can I ask, as a case study, what causes someone to not invest a dime until 61 years old?
Well, I think, I fell back on that one where my dad, like I said, he was 60. He was 6 months away from retiring, and I hate to say this, my motto was, money's only something you need if you don't die tomorrow. And that was my thing. And we just 2-3 years ago, we took 17 golf trips down to Virginia.
So you've just been YOLOing your entire adult life.
Kind of that Tim McGraw song.
Yep.
Live like you're dying.
Living like you're dying.
Skydiving, Rocky Mountain climbing.
Wow.
3.7 seconds on a bull named tree.
Yep.
Yeah.
And and then all of a sudden it hit me like, oh crap.
Yeah.
I got to do something.
There's
here.
a lesson to be learned there. Enjoy life, but also ask yourself the question, hey, how am I going to retire one day?
Yeah. I would find something that you enjoy doing, because I think it's
I enjoy the candles. I've had good reception.
not a lot of margin in those candles, though, are there, Tom?
More than you think.
Really?
More than you think.
But you got to move a lot of candles.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
I buy a candle like 2 times a year.
I'm about 85% profit margin on a candle.
Okay, I got to tell you, I'm very surprised by that. I'm going to do some research on candles, George.
I think we're in the wrong business.
Mine are soy, all natural. Wow. I have a great place that I can go pick up all my materials myself. I don't have to pay for shipping or anything, so everything's real close.
Tom the candle
figured
maker,
it out.
huh? Guy is going to candle make his way right into retirement. Light one up for Tom, shall we?
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Brought to you by YRefi. Refinance your defaulted private student loans today at yrefi.com/Ramsey.
So I'm 21 years old. I know pretty much next to nothing about finance. And right now, currently, I'm sharing a vehicle with my mother. And over the next couple of years, I'd like to sock away some cash in buying my own car. And the car I want to buy will be worth a resale value of roughly $15,000 by the time I want to buy it. My parents suggest that I take out a loan on this car instead of paying up front with cash, which, I've been listening to the show for a little bit, but it even just on my basic instinct doesn't really seem totally right. I mean, if I have the cash and if it doesn't swamp my net worth, then I don't see why I shouldn't just pay up front for it. And basically their argument to why I should do this is they claim that the interest that I'd be paying on the car loan would be less than the interest that I would gain through some sort of stock market portfolio with the rest of the cash.
Got it. So they're saying, hey, you could leverage that money in the stock market instead of sinking it into a car.
Yeah.
So
I'm wondering.
George is the finance guy. George knows way more about numbers and money than I do. My first response to that is maybe, right? So maybe, like just number for number. So if you get a car at 7%, maybe you can put it in the market and get 8%. So maybe. But that evaluation doesn't take into consideration that the value of that car goes down every day. And so it doesn't factor depreciation. So you're paying money back on something that's worth less and less every single day. Do you get what I'm saying? So you're trading one thing for another, but if you don't factor in the depreciation cost of that used car, then you're not taking in the entire financial picture.
Right.
And there are no guarantees in the stock market. And I don't know what they're invested in and what's going on in Canada, but I'll tell you, here in the U.S., we don't know what the future holds, and there's a guaranteed return when you pay cash for that car instead of going, all right, I spent $15,000 and in the end I paid $20,000 with interest, and now the car's only worth $10,000 by the time I pay it off. That's the reality of the math of how cars work. And therefore, cars are one of the dumbest things to go into debt for because they're continually going down in value while you pay interest on it.
And the market return may be lower. So I think a couple years ago, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but I think my whole thing went down 17%. Last year, it was up 24% or something like that. That's cool if I'm looking at a 50-year play, right? Or if I've got this stuff in the market for 30 years. If I'm holding a 4-year car note, that's horrifying because the one consistent that never changes is that car payment is due every month, no matter what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it sounds to me, tell me if I'm wrong, your parents just want to stop sharing a car with you.
I mean, it's kind of just, the car was actually my idea, like to save for my own car. It's just the car we're sharing, or at least the one I'm sharing with my mother, is quite old. And, by the time I would be getting this other car, that car will probably be about 20 or so years old. So,
why did she pay off her car? Did they pay cash for theirs?
I actually don't know.
Might be something to ask them. If it's such a good idea, why aren't they doing it? They should be taking out as many car loans as they can get and putting it into the stock market.
Yeah, they're beating the market.
Right. I know that the car that my father bought when I was very young, I know he took out a loan on that one, but the most recent one he bought, he paid fully cash for.
Yeah.
What a dumb idea that was. He could have been leveraging that in the stock market, Noah. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's okay to be misaligned with your parents.
This is why I'm confused.
Yeah, don't be confused. Here's it is. Your mom and dad have whatever algorithm they've worked out. They think it's the best, and they're probably trying to love you in the best way they know how. It's all good.
They're not bad people.
They're not bad people. The reality is, the best thing I can tell you is at my house, in George Campbell's house, in Dave's house, in Jade's house, we write a check for cars. Almost always, unless you're Dave, almost always used cars.
And it gives you, if it gives you any solace, I still disagree with my father to this day anytime we talk about money. So this is just a thing of life you're going to have to get used to.
Me and my father do not talk about money anymore.
We just laugh it off and go, oh, thanks, Dad. I'm good.
Yeah.
But the truth is, Noah, you can do this on your own, and you're a grown man who probably will soon move out and have his own life, right?
Of course.
And they don't pay your bills. And so they're not going to get a vote in your financial choices. And so you got to do what is in your gut is the best thing for your financial future. And you know too much to go into debt at this point. And so the next goal is, how do I save up really quickly to get a car I can afford in cash? How long will that take?
Okay.
It's going to take you about 2 years, you said?
Oh, you were actually asking. Oh, yeah. It'll take about 2 years. Yeah.
Are you living at home?
Yeah, I am.
What do you make a year?
I could say per year. I'm not totally sure. I mean, I'm about to be hired for a landscaping company that pays about $22 per hour, which is roughly, I guess, $5,200 per month before taxes and pension deductions and all that.
So you could have a car in 5 months.
Yeah, I don't like this 2-year plan where you're saving up, $500-600 a month. You should be able to save up, $1,000 a month and knock this thing out within a year.
No, absolutely. I guess. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. I guess I'm just not too much of in a rush to get a whole separate vehicle. You know what I mean? I guess.
Well, the longer you're tethered to mom's vehicle, the longer this is going to get played out, where you're just intertwined with family finances. I'd love to see you out on your own, and that's going to give you a sense of independence, maturity, and I've just seen it too often where growth is stunted when you stay at home for too long when you don't need to.
You're right, yeah.
So even if you get 3 roommates, you grow up fast when you're living with 3 dudes, all right? You start to learn some things, and it prepares you for marriage.
And it boosts your immune system, too, because a house full of guys is disgusting.
Absolutely.
Just kind of as a general
But I'll tell you, my mom was just in town, Noah. I revert to a child, right? She's like, no, I'll get the dishes. I'll fold the laundry. There's just a piece of you that turns into a child when mommy and daddy are there. And so I think it's going to really help you financially, spiritually, emotionally, mentally to move on and do your own thing sooner rather than later.
I agree.
But good gut instincts, brother. You're on your way, man.
I love it.
It's awesome.
That's big. So, John, this comes up a lot. There's a rub between, there's a thing this other person believes, and they're projecting it onto me, and I love this person. I respect this person. And it's easy to say, well, just have a boundaries conversation and tell them to kick rocks and pound sand. But the reality is, these are your parents. These are your loved ones.
Right. Can I tell you what I think? So what's happening? Our culture has told us if you have a disagreement with someone, you have to hate them. If somebody believes strongly about debt and you believe strongly about borrowing money, then inherently we have to hate each other. If you vote differently, if you want to go to this church and I want to go to this church, we have to hate each other. And it's so nonsense. The whole, I know he's from Toronto, the whole American exchange, the whole idea of the United States is you believe this and I believe this, and we're going to figure out a way that we can both live together and move forward. So, man, people like your parents, most of the time, there are evil actors out there and there's morons out there. Most of the time, a mom and her dad sits down and gives their kid what they think is the next best right step for them, period. So you don't have to hate them. And you don't have to do everything that they say all the time, especially when you're a grown-up. Now, if you're 22 and you still live in mommy's house, and you're borrowing mommy's car, then you're going to do what mommy says. And if mommy says be home at 10:30 at night because I'm uncomfortable with what's going on out on these streets because I watch tons of news, then you have a choice. Be home at 10:30 or move out, right? But that's the world we're in. So, golly, dude, if you can make peace with people who just have different thoughts than you and then go do what's the next right move. Especially, I love what he said, my guts are telling me this is the wrong thing. Follow your guts, man. It's just the wrong move.
Apparently multiple. This is plural guts.
Yeah.
I thought you had one, but I love that John has multiple. That's the kind of man he is.
Yeah, and
he's got guts.
Hashtag biology and science.
Hashtag microbiome. We'll look into that later.
Why Refi refinances delinquent private student loans for struggling borrowers. Learn more at yrefy.com/Ramsey.
Neil joins us in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Neil, welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hey, George. How's it going?
Great. How can I help?
Yeah, so right now I'm 22 years old, making around 90 take home, and been listening to you guys for, I think, 3 or 4 years now, since I was like 18.
Awesome.
So a big fan, and kind of have a small problem going on in my life. So I do live with my parents right now, and I don't pay rent technically, but I do end up paying, $1 to $2K, putting money into the house, like groceries and miscellaneous expenses. And just wanted to ask you, I don't, like staying at home, and I want to finance, a big wedding coming up, hopefully when I'm like 25, 26. Do you think I should kind of move out or kind of save money and continue staying at home?
I think you should move out based on the information you just gave me. And let me just be clear. You said finance a wedding. That worried me. Do you mean pay cash?
No. I just want to kind of save up for a wedding, like a bigger wedding.
So you're not going into debt for this wedding?
No.
Okay, you worried me. Never use the word finance. It scares me. You spooked me there. Because you've been following us for a few years now. So have you followed the baby steps? Do you have any debt?
No. So luckily my parents did pay for my college tuition. So no debt. Just that's why I'm trying to make the correct move so I can save up for this wedding.
Do you have an emergency fund?
Yes, I do.
How much is in there? How many months of expenses?
It's 6 months. So
which you don't have many expenses.
Right.
So how much do you have in there?
30,000. Wow. I've kind of put in like a big chunk of my first year's salary into that.
Very cool. And you're investing 15% of your income into retirement?
Yep. And maxed out my 401k that my employer sponsors. So I think I get like a 7% match.
Wow. So are you investing more than 15%?
I haven't looked into that, like, too specific. I'm just trying to put in as much into, investing. I don't know the exact percentages.
Okay. Well, I would keep it at 15% right now, only because you're 22 and you've got a lot of other financial goals to hit, including paying for this wedding. Are you dating someone right now, or is this just future thinking?
Dating someone for like 6 years now.
Oh, wow. So this is like a high school relationship? that has gone
Yeah,
well,
high school relationship.
but
Yep.
not too well to
And,
where you're like, I'm
throughout
not quite
college,
ready.
too. Right, but I just want to be financially set as well.
Dude, you
so
are.
That's why I want to wait. Well, I just want to make sure,
You have a 90,000
100%
take-home pay. You have no debt and an emergency fund. I mean, half the women listening right now are like, man, I wish I could find a Neil out there.
Yeah, but this wedding that I'm kind of thinking of, kind of in like the 500K kind of range. So it's,
I'm sorry, hold the phones. You said $500,000 for a wedding?
George, have you ever been to an Indian wedding?
I've seen it on TV. I've seen Love
Yeah,
is Blind,
these are
if that
massive.
counts.
Yeah,
Oh, my
so,
goodness, man.
They're very expensive.
Is that just normal?
Yeah.
Hold on,
kind
who's
of.
paying for this?
Sometimes, yeah. So I don't want to get my parents involved. That's why I'm trying to kind of do my due diligence to make these steps proper, and so I can pay for this.
Can you break the mold and do like a $50,000 wedding, which is still like really expensive for most people?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I can.
You'll be shunned by all the people that
haven't-
attend.
Yeah, true.
I get it. Man, I mean, that feels just exorbitant for you to be paying on your own. I feel like if it's like, hey, mom and dad, if this is your reputation on the line, then you can fund it.
Right.
But I've got goals, and the wedding is one day, and I want to set myself up for the rest of my life with my wife, not throw a party that makes the parents look good.
True.
I mean, right? Isn't that
So,
that's a piece of the cultural aspect?
Yeah, that is true. But usually these like weddings like last like maybe like a
Days.
week long, so it's not just one day. But yeah, your logic definitely does make sense.
Man, that just took my breath away. I think it took America's breath away too. I mean, you could buy a house for that much money in cash.
Yeah, the reputation really matters.
Well, I can't stop you from doing that, but I would say let's make a plan to where you're not having to pay for that, because that's overwhelming for a 22-year-old. Even though you're crushing it, to go, hey, it's on you to pay for a $500,000 wedding.
Yeah, they did pay for my college. That's why I'm not kind of resorting to asking my parents. But yeah, that does make sense.
Now, have you talked to your girlfriend about her parents and what they would pitch in?
No, so I'm kind of like an early bird on this. Since this is a plan 3-4 years out, I kind of don't want to freak her out by mentioning, marriage and stuff. So no, I haven't.
Hold on, you've been dating
about
for 6 years, and you think you're going to freak her out by mentioning marriage?
But we're still 22 at the end of the day, we just got at the college lifestyle, working corporate jobs now. So it's not, fully into the picture yet.
Now, does she come from the same cultural background as you?
Yes.
Okay. So you're both on board to just throw $500,000 at this wedding?
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, culturally, is it usually a split amount that families pay? How does this normally go down?
Yeah, so normally it is split among the bride's parents and the groom's parents. So the bride and groom don't usually pay for the expenses for the wedding.
And that's where my head is at. I mean, if the parents want to do that, that's great. But if you say, hey, they're not going to foot the bill and it's on me, then sorry, we're not doing a $500,000 wedding.
Yeah, that does make sense, yeah.
Because here's the problem. If you're going to do a $500,000 wedding and pay for it, you're going to have to live with your parents until the day you get married. And that's not a good plan. So I think you need to move out. You need to start your life on your own. You need to have some more serious conversations with your girlfriend as you head towards marriage. And we've got to figure out a game plan for what this future looks like. And I mean, it just hurts my heart that there's $500,000 weddings out there. I mean, they look amazing. Don't get me wrong. I would love to be invited to one day. So throw me an invite, Neil, if you're going to throw the party.
Yep, of course.
And you're footing the bill.
Exactly.
But, man, you're crushing it. I mean, 22 years old with a $90,000 take-home pay, no debt, emergency fund, you're investing. You're doing great. And you can afford to move out and get your own place if you want to. And I wouldn't be sticking around with mom and dad too much longer.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
All right. Well, my work here is done. Keep me posted on this wedding. Send me photos and videos on Instagram. All right, Neil?
Of course. Thank you, George.
Appreciate it. Oh, I just had to deflate after that call. I literally can't breathe trying to fathom spending $500,000. So fun fact, me and my wife, we won a free wedding that was a $28,000 wedding package. And I mean, I thought we won the lottery. But it turns out that was like a poor person's wedding compared to these wild Indian weddings that are a week long. That's incredible. And on top of that, it still cost us money to throw another reception because the wedding had limits on how many people could attend and all that. So you were down to, like 4 guests can attend. And so we threw another reception that we helped pay for with our families. And it was great and it was worth it. But man, let me tell you, I don't remember much from the wedding except the photos. I can't tell you. I can count on one finger how many times I've went back and watched the wedding footage and reminisced. Because the truth is, the focus is now on our marriage together, just us two. Couldn't tell you who was there and all the faces and invitations we sent out. Kelly was there. She's pointing at me now, reminding me that she was there. Appreciate you, Kelly. Thanks for the gift, whatever it was. But man, weddings. The whole thing is a scam, and I get that we love to celebrate, and it's a big day for people. But remember, it's about you two. It's about your marriage. It's about your future. It's not about impressing people. It's not about keeping up a reputation.
Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I got a question. It's kind of a rough situation. I need to know the best way to buy a used car going through a pretty nasty divorce. My car finally just bit the dust. My buddy said it can't. It's the transmission's out, the frame's rusted, and I'm the type that just drives them until they're dead. The problem is I don't know what my soon-to-be ex did with the finances. She split up everything, left me with almost nothing. My lawyer's been trying to work on finding that out, but she's not working with a lawyer. So I just need to know the best way to do this. If we had combined everything, we have the money to do that. But she's basically just telling me to either get a car loan or, which I don't like doing because we finally got out of debt. But I just need to know the best way to approach this. Without having to go out.
How long have you been separated, Nathan?
About 5 or 6 months.
And where has your paycheck been going, son?
Oh, I have my own new bank account.
Oh, how much is in that?
Together. Right now about $2,000 because I'm paying for lawyer fees are really taking a good chunk of my money right now.
Okay.
And you're saying, Nathan, you guys had a combined savings,
we probably
and
had a combined we had about a combined $50,000 cash available.
Okay.
And I don't know what he's done with that.
First thing you do is you call your lawyer and you say,
okay,
I need half of our savings account transferred to me by the end of the day. This is asinine.
Okay.
I want my money now.
Is there a judge involved, Nathan?
Not yet. But
Not yet.
But the lawyer picks up the phone and calls her lawyer and says, you have 24 hours to transfer $25,000 or we're going to get before a judge.
Now, the problem is she's not working with a lawyer right now.
Good. We're going to go before a judge if you don't listen, lady.
Okay.
Okay. So you've been being real sweet and stand back and trying to let the lawyers do it, and the lawyers aren't doing their job. They're not working.
Yeah, I'm thinking
you gave him money, and she still sits on your money for 6 freaking months. Light a fire under some people, buddy.
So yeah, that's.
I need a car. I want my $25,000 now. We'll negotiate the rest of it later, but I want my money now.
Okay.
You hear what I'm doing?
Yes, sir.
I'm creating urgency with my voice. You've been pushed around, and you're about to push back. Your only other option is take your car, which is a piece of crap, and sell it for whatever, $500 or $700 to the local salvage yard, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then put $2,000 with that and go get you a $3,000 car to drive until
for 6 months.
Until you light a fire under these people on the other side of this discussion.
Okay.
But this tells you that you've been tolerating this too long.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. So a friend of mine that does divorce recovery work says that what people have the most trouble with in your situation, and you're struggling with it, and it's human. It's not you're a bad guy, but most people forget this. You get all tangled up with the emotions and the grief and the anger and everything else regarding the actual marriage coming to an end But what in reality is happening is when a divorce occurs, it turns a marriage into a business transaction.
Yeah.
And if you were in a business partnership and the partnership was closing down, you would not allow your business partner to sit on $50,000 when 25 of it's yours.
Yeah.
For 5 freaking months.
I think the other problem is she's currently pregnant. It's not mine. So that kind of throws another wrench into this.
Doesn't affect anything.
Okay.
That's her problem.
Okay.
That's not your problem. Her problem is she's got $50,000, 25 of which is yours, and she's getting ready to get a judge to give her a little slapping if she doesn't get their money turned over. That's what's going on. That's her problem.
Okay.
She's got other issues, like getting pregnant with other people while she's married to you. That's going to be another issue. And that pisses you off and hurts your feelings. And, you know, if she had a lawyer, he'd be like going crazy right now trying to defend this situation. Oh, my gosh. And so, yeah. You've got to bring this thing to a head.
Yeah,
dude.
and for your peace of mind, Nathan, I'm like, for this just to drag on in general, whether you need a car or not, for this to be sitting in such limbo for so long, I think, it needs to be done.
Here's the thing. If you don't get this done, you're going to reach over there to get the money. It's going to be gone. It may already be gone.
Yeah, that's what kind of concerns me.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about that right now. So, but you know, she's on the hook for it because you have some kind of proof or can get proof that money existed when you left the house.
Oh yes, sir. Yeah.
And so she definitely spent marital assets illegally. No question. Now, whether she'll ever be able to pay it back, probably not. Doesn't sound like this is the smartest chick on the planet. So, but anyway, yeah, dude, you needed to have moved on this 4 months ago, but now you get to move on it. And if you do find out bad news, there's no money and it's going to take a while and your attorney won't jack them up, then you get to go buy a $3,000 car with cash. Because the one you're driving wasn't $3,000, so it's not like you're moving down. It wasn't like you got rid of a $80,000 vehicle or something. So, you know, that's where you are. So stay calm. But here's the thing. Treat this now as much as you can, and it's hard to do because we're all emotional beings. I'm emotional just talking to you about it, and it's not even me. So, but I mean, treat it like it's just a transaction. Everything having to do with the closing up of this marriage, the wrapping up of this marriage called a divorce. It's a transaction. It needs to happen efficiently, smoothly, and quickly.
Yeah, and your lawyer will know. I've always just been shocked, and I feel like I still learn this, how different state to state handles the law when it comes to divorce, from communal assets, marital assets, like all of it. It can get very complicated very quickly. And so making sure it's as clean cut as possible
and quick
and fast. That's the thing. It's like wrap it up because, and especially since she doesn't have any representation, like, I don't know if that makes it, it's gonna make it worse for her probably, but also I don't know if it's gonna string along all of this event.
What makes it worse for the rest of you out there is she probably thinks she's going to get away with this because she's not got anybody in her corner as a lawyer
advising her, telling her
this is dumb. You can't do that.
Yes. Yep.
And she's probably like, well, yeah, I think this is my money and I'm having a baby, so I get to keep it. No, that's not how it works, darling. So, but she's got nobody there talking sense into her.
I know.
And she may be getting her best advice from her friend on Instagram, which is, probably not a good idea.
We don't know.
Probably not a good idea. I'm just saying. Like, for sure, not a good idea. Create your free Every Dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Hey, guys. So I wanted to know if you would honestly recommend that I start with a $1,000 a month emergency fund and why, after kind of reading you off some stats here.
Okay.
So I have a 30% interest rate on a $33,000 car loan. I have $9K in back taxes owed, $5K in credit card debt, nothing. My ex-girlfriend has $50K in credit card debt that I kind of want to help her out with.
Your ex-girlfriend?
And on top, unfortunately, yeah.
And you want to help her with the debt?
Yeah, wow.
Sorry, that
really
got
nice
me.
guy. I'd like to know more.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Well, she's it was a 6-year relationship. I lost her last Q4. I was pushing myself too hard, finally burnt out after about 10 years of extremely hard work. And I just feel responsible for a lot of that. I'm sure some of it's mine. I'm sure a good bit of it might be mine.
You used her card? You used her card sometimes?
Well, we lived together, like it was like she would help out with, like, I don't know. I think my car insurance, for example, is on the credit card. Things like this, right?
You think. So you don't even know.
Listen.
How does that change your opinion, Jay? Does it change your opinion?
I'm going to say something really controversial right now.
Oh, I'm very excited.
She probably rode in your car lots of times. Does she need to help you pay off your car? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not
like
making her do that.
She may have used, your credit card debt. You may have paid for some things for her. I think what it sounded like, I don't know, but you said she got away. It sounds like you're still recovering from this.
He's dealing with guilt.
You still care for her. You might feel some guilt. Obviously, you still care for her, but I would not feel any obligation to pay $50K to an ex. Is she asking for money?
Not really, no.
Do you want to know what I think? Do you want to know what I might think as your older sister who cares for you?
Okay.
This is like when you go on a date with somebody. I think this was from Seinfeld, and he would leave something in her apartment on purpose so he would have a reason to come back and knock on the door.
Brilliant move.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a reason for you to come back and knock on the door.
Yeah. Well, I love her. I mean, and
you're not ready to let go.
If you could dedicate a song to her right now, what would you dedicate?
Oh, great question. Sam, take this seriously. What is it?
Take this. So listen, there's too many to count. I'm writing letters about every day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
To her?
Hard situation. Look, I know that's the biggest debt, but this 30% interest rate on this $33,000 car loan is really bugging me. I didn't know what that meant when I signed the contract. I thought it meant 30% of the car's value in total. I didn't know that was like appreciating.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was every year. It goes
30%
I thought you said 3% when you first said it. It's 30%.
No. It's 30%, and it's an Italian car. Like,
okay.
Break down.
I'm sick to my stomach for you, Sam. You have to take, oh my goodness. What's the snowball? Where are we at on the snowball? Did we get there?
No, because your initial question, I'm sorry, I got hung up on your love situation. The initial question was, do I really want him to go down to $1,000 of an emergency fund?
Yeah, is that where I start, or where do I start here, guys?
Yeah, that is where to start. So let me just go through the baby steps with you right quick, Sam, just so you see how this all fits. And how long have you been listening to the show? Are you a new listener?
I'm a new listener. Yeah, you guys are on my YouTube shorts.
Oh, okay. Nice. So you only get bits and pieces on that. Thanks for watching, but you only get bits and pieces. So the first step, this is 7 baby steps for you to achieve financial peace is what we're talking about. So you do them, all of that I'm saying, you do them consecutively in order. That's the first thing. You got to do them in order. If you jump around, it won't work and you'll be wasting your time. The first step is you get $1,000 saved. So if you don't have any money saved, you got to go out, work, sell stuff, and get it done. If you do have money saved, you drop it down to $1,000. And then the next, whatever money you had left over is going to go to baby step 2, which is you paying off all of your debt except your mortgage. This is all the consumer debt. Okay? And you do this using the debt snowball method. Debt snowball is we list all the debts, smallest to largest. You pay minimum payments on everything. And then any extra money goes to the smallest debt. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. After that, now we stack up that emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of expenses is what we're looking for. You get to decide, is it 3, 4, 5, or 6? After that...
So number 3 is $3,000 or $4,000 a month in expenses?
3 to 6 months of basic living expenses.
So just for round numbers, let's say
Yeah.
you had $5,000 worth of expenses every month. What we're saying is that's 3 months is $15,000, 6 months is $30,000. You tracking?
Yep.
All right, so that's what we mean by an emergency fund. We give you we say 3 months is a minimum, so that'd be $15,000 on this example. That's what she's talking.
That's right, and for baby step 3, it's really about your basic budget. It's not 3 to 6 months of paychecks necessarily. It's what it takes to make your house go on a basic level. Okay, baby step 3B. It's B because it's not the case for everybody. Is if you're looking to buy a house, now's when we start saving up a down payment for the house. Okay. After that, you go to baby step 4. You could do 3B and 4 at the same time if you want to. You're putting 15% of your gross income into retirement funds. So that's your 401k, Roth IRA, that sort of thing. Then after that, if you have kids, you're planning for kids, you can put an amount of your discretion towards kids' college. We say a 529 or an ESA is where you would do that. And then finally, baby step 6, if you have extra money in your budget, again, at your discretion, you're throwing extra money towards paying off your house early. Most people who do that pay off their house in like 10, 12 years. So that's, and then finally, baby step 7, you just live like no one else. You give, you're a happy person, and you got no cares, right? So that's kind of the big arching
Italian
picture.
cars with cash.
Hey, okay, Ken.
But can we talk about, I'm dying right now. You did such a good job. Can we talk about this man's car?
Yeah, tell us about
What's
it.
the car worth, Sam?
Paint us a picture.
Man, the car's like $21K. I bought it for I think Dave will appreciate this. So like I'm 29. I have a online business, and I bought an Alfa Romeo because it was the coolest car you could get under $30K.
Love. How much did you pay for it?
Yeah. So all in taxes, I had no down payment. It was about $33,000. So that's the loan I'm paying off.
Okay.
I was like, an extra.
So it's worth 21.
Yeah, I think I can get a little more for it. I think I might be able to get like 24 or 26 if I'm lucky.
Good.
I think you got to sell this car right now at 30% interest rate, Jade. I know that's extreme, but
He said it's 3%. 3%.
I thought he said 30.
Is it 3?
No, it's 30. It's 30.
You asked that twice, and he said 30.
Oh,
THIRT1.
Listen, I just turned 41 in my old age. I can't hear
anything.
anything.
He's paying 30% on this car.
That's painful. Yeah, you got to get out today.
Like, you got to sell it.
Do you have any money saved?
No, I can get some money this month, though. I mean, the income's good.
Yeah, you got to find at least $10,000 so you can get out of this and get yourself a little beater car to drive around until you can save up for a better one. So
yeah, but is that here's the reason I bought this car. It was the coolest car under $30K. And
what do you make?
It doesn't matter how cool it is.
What do you make?
Well, I'm $9,200 a month consistently for 2 years. The last Q4, I was paying myself about $14K a month. Really going overboard with the whiskey and the oysters.
Here's what I want you to do. Listen, what a life. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to apply that $9,200 to get out of debt. I want you to quickly save up what you can to get out of this car. Buy something cheap in cash. It's only temporary. You're going to be out of debt in a year, and then you're going to save up and you're going to buy the same car in cash.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Jennifer is in Houston, Texas. Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
Hi, Dave. I'm great. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
I have a question. I want to retire early. I'm 24 years old, have about $26,000 in retirement, and I want to retire before the age of 40. I want to ask, where can I put my money so I can withdraw it early without penalty? And what are your thoughts on the best ways to retire early?
What does it mean to retire early for you?
To stop working at 40.
At 40, you're not going to ever work again the rest of your life.
I won't go, to a regular day job. I might travel or do my own thing on the side, but I don't want to go to a workplace every day.
Okay. All right. Well, I will tell you, I have a friend that sold his business at 31 years old for millions of dollars, and basically all he did was play golf and fish, and after about 2 years, he almost died because he got fat, and he got completely out of control, and it was not a blessing to not have anything to do with his life. So I always challenge folks, I want you to be financially independent, so I'm with your goal, but I would have a goal of doing something at some point. And maybe it is you start something on the side that you want to start now before you actually have the money to quit your job. and you grow your business. That might be a way to go at this. So, but what would I invest in? Well, you obviously cannot use 401ks and Roth IRAs because you don't have access to them without penalty until 59 and a half.
Right.
And so I would use those as part of my wealth building just the same. But the portion that you're going to live out of starting at 40, if you're not going to earn much of an income, I would just go to good mutual funds.
Okay.
And just good growth stock type mutual funds that you're going to buy and hold long term. You're going to pay taxes on them as they earn some portions of the income, the dividends and anything they sell. So I'm probably going to lean towards what's called a low turnover mutual fund.
Okay.
A good way to get that is just an S&P 500 index fund. Low turnover means they don't sell the stocks inside of the fund very often. Not much turnover of the portfolio. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And if they don't sell the stocks, then there's no taxes on it until you cash it out.
Right.
And so you'll have very little taxation on a low turnover as you go along until you start using the money after age 40. So what would my plan look like if I were you? It would be three-pronged. Prong number one is I'm probably going to start looking for that thing I want to do with my life. I don't want to wait till 40. I'm going to start working on it now as my side deal and start to have a small business on the side and move towards, what do I want to do with my life? Something that's filling and that gives me energy and so forth. And and I'm going to make some money with that. Prong two is I am going to do 401ks and Roth IRAs for the longer term, but not for the 40-year-old retirement plan. And then I'm going to do low turnover mutual funds in prong three, something like an S&P 500, which, if you save substantially into that, then you should have a little bit of a nest egg to live out of while you earn some other income doing some other things beginning at age 40. But I want you to stop. I mean, I don't know why you work from age 24 to age 40 at something you hate. I wouldn't. My point being that I'm 56. I have no desire to retire. I'm financially set for life times 25. I mean, it's no issue. But I have absolutely no desire to retire. And I'm going to work until I don't make sense here on the air, which some people say is already happening. But, I'm not, I don't want to quit. I'm having fun. Now, what I do may change in terms of I run this company as a CEO every day. And that won't be happening when I'm 80, but I may very well be speaking or hanging out or, Kelly and me will still be arguing. It could still happen. And so as long as we're both making sense, right? And even James, we might let him hang around. What do you think? Now, we'll be back with you before you know it, folks. In the meantime, remember, there's ultimately only one way to financial peace, and that's to walk daily with the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show. Tony is on the line in Tampa. Question for Ken Coleman today. Hey Tony, what's up?
Hey, Dave. Hey, Ken. How you doing?
Good. How are you, sir?
Doing good. Just lost my job this morning. I'm 24 years old, going on 25, and I just lost my job, and it was a six-figure income. So, a hard job to find.
Wow. What in the world happened, and what were you doing?
So I've been in the car business my whole life, kind of just got thrown into it. The whole family, everybody's in the car business for the same company. I was selling lots of cars, first place every single month, and, some of the cars that we're selling, they had, bad Carfax. I'd work with a guy for 5 days straight, and the Carfax would be bad. And I decided to leave the Carfax, out of the, I didn't show the guy the Carfax, so I guess that could have been a lawsuit or something, and they ended up firing me. It was Mercedes-Benz, so, they're real strict with everything. You leave the toilet seat open, you might get clipped.
Well, first of all, we're sorry. This is not a fun day, but I want to at least encourage your heart for a moment. You're going to survive. you've got to learn from this. Anytime something like this happens, you don't want to move on from this. You want to take as much personal responsibility as you need to, and then figure out, okay, what do I learn from that? Not let that happen again and move forward. So 6-figure income, we've got to ask on the Dave Ramsey Show, where are you at financially? Where are you at in the baby steps? Do you have any kind of emergency fund?
Yeah, I've been putting a little money away. I know my job's real strict and the security there is not too good. Just by, knowing where the managers are at mentally and that kind of thing, they're just real strict with everything. I've only worked there. Now, I said 6-figure income, but I've only worked there. This is my 3rd month there, and my first, second, and this month I'm all in first place with Perfect CSI, which is, your surveys that come back. So my customers love me, but I was thinking with emotion more than I was with my head. So I know that's where I went wrong.
Well, Tony, so where are you at? Do you have an emergency fund at all? What is it? How much?
Yeah, I have about $15,000 saved up.
Do you have any debt?
Yes, I do.
How much?
My bills every month are right around $2,000 a month.
Yeah, but how much debt do you need to pay off? If you look at all the money you owe, how much is that?
How much debt do I need to pay off? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No debt to pay off. I'm renting my apartment, and my car is leased. I know you hate that, Dave, but it is leased.
All right, Dave, I'll let you handle the money stuff in a second. Here's what you need to do, Tony. You really need to, I think, ask yourself the question, why did you do what you did, which got you in a situation where there was a clear company policy and you violated it, and they take that stuff serious, and as a result, you're out of a job. So you really need to reflect on that. We don't want to beat up on you, but that's important. Secondly, do you love sales? You're 24. Do you like to sell?
Yeah, I love to sell in certain environments. So there's certain places I've sold at that I didn't enjoy. The first real job that I did like was Mercedes, the clientele, the money, of course, and the cars. I enjoyed selling the cars.
All right, you're 24. What did you go to school for? Did you go to school, and what was it for? What was your major?
I started college, and I was just going to get a business management degree because I had no idea what I wanted to do. So I was like, just to go to school for something. I ended up stopping school after about 2 years, once it started coming out of my pocket. I just really, didn't care about what they had to say. I was more interested in making money and that kind of thing. So for a couple of years, I was a professional poker player.
Okay. Well, Tony, you're all over the place, so I'm going to give you a couple pieces of advice, and this is something you're going to need to do actively. First things first is you've got a little bit of a cushion with that $15,000. You're single. I'd get rid of the lease, obviously. Dave can speak to that. But I want you to sit down with 3 people. You can make it 5 or 7. I don't care. But some people who really know you. They care enough about you to tell you the honest truth. They'll be blatantly, brutally honest with you. And I want you to ask the question of yourself and then let them answer it, which is, what is your greatest talent? What do you do better than anything else? And then what do you care about? If you love selling, but you want to sell something that lines up with your values, it matters to you, then that's where you need to be heading. But before you even make that big decision, you need to get employed, and you need to lick your wounds here and also learn some valuable lessons. Dave?
Tony, my son is 25. And this is what I would tell him if I heard this story from him. Number one, you have a tremendous upside. You have a gift with people, and you have the ability to sell. What sometimes comes with that is a BS artist, and you've been BSing, even on the phone here. Toilet seat up is way different than freaking not giving a Carfax report. You should have been fired. You deserved it. Not because you're not a good salesman, but because you completely violated the thing here. I'm a Mercedes customer. Yep. You completely violated that. You would have been fired if you were working for me. And I would have cried because you're such a good salesman when I fired you. And I would have cried for you because I wouldn't want to break your little heart. But, man, you just completely stepped in it. And you cannot allow your gift with people to think that entitles you to cut corners. That's the poker thing, that's cutting corners. That's the going around the Carfax thing, that's cutting corners. Your gift with people doesn't give you the right to cut corners. It demands that you go right through the middle and that integrity become your number one goalpost that you check everything on from this day forward. If you'll take that with your personal gift with people, you're going to make $200,000 a year for the rest of your life. Yep. You're going to be very wealthy. You're going to have a lot of healthy, great customers because I can tell you this about you. You like selling a quality product. Mercedes is a quality product, and you like dealing with intelligent customers because most of Mercedes customers are well-heeled. They love that product because it's a quality product. Most of them are very successful themselves. They're easy to sell to for that reason. Again, I'm one of them, but you got to take that other little piece of this and digest that part of it from today and make that your goalpost. So I'm going to be the first one in your corner. Like Ken said, put 3 people in your corner that loves you enough to tell you the truth. You have a tremendous gifting, young man. You can be anything you want to be. You could be the CEO of a major company with your ability to deal with people and your ability to sell. But you will never achieve that if you shortcut, if you think you get to go around the side of something because of your verbal gymnastics. Ken, you and I both have that ability, and so it's talking to both of us. I've done the exact same crap when I was his age.
Here's the deal, Dave. This is a roadblock or a stop sign that he created for himself. And it's a gift at 24 to go, wait a second, this is a temptation for anybody who loves to sell. You know this.
Any of us that know how to use a word properly and turn a phrase.
There's a thrill in getting the deal done.
Yep.
And it'll cause us to be tempted to cut corners, like you said, Dave, and end up getting ourselves in big trouble. Know why you love to sell and love what you are selling so you're not tempted to cut corners.
So if you get this lesson from this firing, you'll look back when you're 34 and when you're 54, and you'll say, this is the best day of my life.
Absolutely right.
If you take the lesson away that they were right. They were not petty. Toilet seat up is petty. You tried to match it up with petty. It was not petty.
That's right.
It was deserved. But you're a good man, and you've got the ability to make big money and do the right thing with this gifting, and you're gonna be somebody, dude. You call me back, and I'll help you, I promise. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show. Catherine's with us in Richmond, Virginia. Hi, Catherine. How are you?
Hi, Dave. How are you doing?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So, I am in a business with my family. My grandmother wanted to gift me and my 7 cousins a real estate business where we bought different houses, and this happened about 10 years ago. She gifted it to us when I was in college. My brother runs it. He is in charge of all the finances and everything, and I want out. I don't know anything that's going on with the business. I don't know how many houses we have. I don't know.
Why do you not know?
Because at the time I was 20. I didn't ask a lot of questions.
How old are you now?
I'm 30.
Okay. Well, that's 10 years ago. You had 10 years to get caught up to speed. Why do you not know?
Right. Well, actually, I was working at a real estate, right after college, I was working at a real estate management business, and I got the owner to kind of help me communicate with my cousins and my brother about the situation, and we got in a fight about it. And
why did you get in a fight? What was the fight about? You asked for information on the business that you own part of,
yes,
and he didn't want to tell you?
I asked for the income and expense statements. I tried to say, this is a business, not like a family matter, but he tried to make it, an emotional family matter.
How long ago was
like
that?
Oh, you don't trust me for running the business.
How long ago was that?
That was 7 years ago.
So what'd you do? You just got a little quiet mouse and sat there for 7 years on your angst?
I did. I tried to. Yes, I did.
Okay. So what are you going to do now?
I tried to get my grandma involved.
What are you going to do now?
I don't know. That's kind of why I'm calling the show.
Okay.
So you don't know how to get out procedurally, or are you trying to ask for emotional advice on this?
Procedurally, and how to communicate well. About, I'm a teacher. I don't know anything about business, really, or how to run a business or about real estate. I mean, my husband and I own a house, but I don't know anything about an LLC or...
Okay. Do you talk to your brother now? otherwise?
Yes.
For like Christmas, you'll see him?
Yes.
And you just don't say anything. He just has bullied his way and put you in the corner.
The last time I had a conversation with him about it was a year ago on a family trip. I was like, hey, like, how's this going? Is there any chance that I could, see the financials, that we could have this conversation again, and have it not be an emotional thing, but as a co-business owner and as like a partner in this LLC altogether. And he said, I'm really busy. He owns another business, local business, and he told me that.
Your brother's a turd. All right, hold on a minute. Okay, you didn't put any money into this. Your grandmother funded all of it and handed it to you and your cousins.
Yes.
How much is all of this worth, do you guess?
There's about 4 or 5 residential houses. At the time, they were worth $100,000 to $200,000. They're probably worth $300,000 to $400,000 now.
Okay. And so,
and I think they're about all paid for.
Okay. And so your part is $500,000, give or take. Okay.
Possibly.
Yeah, something like that. Are they distributing income to you guys?
No.
So you've not seen a dime out of it. He runs it.
No.
All the money comes back into his management fees, and nothing goes back out to you guys at all. And so all you have is this phantom thing that's happening over here, and you have absolutely no control over. How old is your grandmother?
She is in her 80s, late 80s.
Ooh.
And she has no authority anymore? She just simply gave it to all 7 of you and she stepped out? Or does she have any say in anything?
I tried to involve her one time, and they kind of just brushed her off. I mean, I think she's old enough to the point where they can kind of sweep things past
You're
her.
not hyper assertive. As a matter of fact, you're on the other end of the assertive scale. Is your husband an assertive person?
He's more assertive than I am, yes.
Okay. Because here's, you've got 3 options, as I can see it. And then you need to decide on one of these 3 and then quit worrying about it. Drop it. Okay?
Okay.
Option number 1 is continue what you're doing and just let your brother run it and just forget it and not think another thing about it. And someday they'll need your signature.
Okay.
Okay? And whatever. Just don't worry about it. Okay? I don't like that option. You don't like that option. That's why you called. But that is an option. Okay? Another option is scorched earth. And that is you and your husband sit down with your brother, call him for an appointment. If he won't give you one, then you're going to have to write him a certified letter, and your husband can do the talking, and you say, here's what it sounds like. We have tried repeatedly to get reports from you to find out where the cash flow is going from these properties. You're not doing anything, and you say we don't trust you. You turn this into this. It's not any of that. This business is being run very poorly because the stakeholders are getting no information. This is an improper way to run a business, and we want out, and you're going to buy us out right now. And you're going to show us the valuations, and based on that, you're going to buy us out. And if you do not do that, we're going to hire an attorney, and the circuit judge will force you to buy us out. We will disband this horrible partnership that your grandmother put together. It's a nightmare. Now, that one sounds kind of fun. The downside is that you probably lose your brother in the process.
Right.
But you probably lost him anyway, because he's a turd. Okay?
To an extent.
Yeah, no, he is. No, he is. I mean, there's no question about it. I mean, he's a complete bully. Yeah. He has pushed you into the corner, and he's done that since you were a tiny child, and he's continued to do it in your adulthood, and he gets away with it. He's a turd. Okay? No question about it. I mean, you've told me like 5 different ways you've approached this guy, and every time he just stiff-arms you and treats you with complete disrespect, and you know that's true.
I like number 2, Dave, and you haven't even gotten to number 3 yet.
Yeah.
I'm voting for 2.
Number 3 is walk away and call him and say, I'm tired of this. I don't want anything else to do with it. I don't need the money. Prepare the papers. I'm going to sign them and deed you whatever it is. You can have it all. I don't want any of it. Screw you.
I don't like that one, Catherine. This is yours as much as it is his. I don't like that one.
There's a part of me that doesn't like it, but there's a part of it that is just life goes on. whatever.
I
It's
don't think
it's not her money that's in it. Her grandmother gave it to her. It's not that. It's found money. It's not the end of the world. It's just depend. Because one way you keep your brother in the thing, I'm not sure you've got much when you keep him.
That's what I'm saying.
But
I think you take the bully on and the bully caves. He doesn't want to fight. He's just been pushing you away.
And no, I'm not going to settle for seeing the books now. We're too late. That ship has sailed. Yeah. No, you cannot compromise. Yes, you are buying me out, or the judge is going to tell you to buy me out. Your decision. You have 10 days.
So that's a circuit court?
Yeah, you'd have to file a lawsuit to dissolve this LLC. And you're a stakeholder in the LLC, and then they will have to bring forth documents that show that you're in violation of one of those, and you're not. This is you're filing for the disillusionment of a partnership.
He doesn't want that fight. I don't think you're losing anything with him relationally either.
Well, you're not going to be. If she talks to him now, he won't talk to her again after this.
Well, maybe.
So I mean,
you need your cut. You need your cut. Whatever yours is worth, and you need to see the books to get your cut.
But you can no longer be any type of wishy-washy about this. You need to make a decision. I'm going to ignore it, hold my nose, and deal with it. That's the decision. And I'm not going to be stressed about it anymore. And then it's not anybody's fault but mine, because I made this decision to let these people just run their course. That's one. Number two, I'm going to take it on full-on, frontal, right at you. We're going to bring the bazookas, and we're going to burn this thing to the ground. Number three, we're just going to walk away, and we're going to hand you the keys, and you can keep it. Screw it. I don't need it. But make a decision. The angst of 12 or 10 years of you carrying all of this relational garbage around this whole deal, it's been so destructive to you and to your brother and to your relationship with him. It's a horrible deal.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get out of the deal, one way or another, emotionally.
Can I suggest that we sell all the properties and dissolve it that way?
Well, that's not your option. The only option you've got, they're going to have to sell something to give you your cut. They may all want to stay together, except you.
Right.
You just want out. So
if they keep going, that's none of your business.
Right.
But you're out. I want my cut. You need to sell off enough properties to pay me my cut, and you need to show me proper valuation as to what my 1/7 is and why. Mm-hmm. And if you don't give me proof of that, we're going to talk to the judge.
Okay.
And it's going to take 2 years and $20,000 worth of legal fees.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the justice system has nothing to do with justice.
Or efficiency.
No, none at all. And so I sure hope you don't get drug into that. I hope your brother's not that stupid, but he very well could be. Kind of sounds like he is. So he didn't have time for a meeting. Maybe he doesn't have time for a lawsuit.
That's what I believe, Dave. I think that's why I
I don't have time for a meeting. It had nothing to do with his schedule. It had to do with he didn't want to deal with her.
He does not want to deal with her.
He's stiff-armed.
He doesn't want her input. He doesn't want her questioning how he's doing things. And I think this is an easy out for the bully here.
He's gotten away with it for too long.
He has. I think this is an easy out for him. When she goes at this, he's going to go, all right.
To Jesus.
Yeah.
Meeting.
He wants to get done with this. I think he's going to, yeah. Well, I question not whether or not he's going to show her the books to where we get an honest evaluation.
Oh, I can make him do that too legally.
That's what I would be doing.
I'm a stakeholder. Yeah, I mean, the judge is going to get involved here if he doesn't play.
Yeah.
But this is going to require tremendous, like a 10x assertiveness for her and her husband together off of what they have done. Yeah. So far, they're kind of like, hey, would you please maybe sort of? And it's like, he's like, nope, okay, sorry I asked.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. And the other good news is you get out of a family vacation, which is always good. That's the silver lining here under all this advice.
Hey, grandmas out there, don't build stuff like this.
Yeah, 7 cousins?
It's crappy.
Wow.
Dumb butt idea, Grandma.
Yeah.
You were trying to be a blessing. You screwed this up.
It's like the Waltons Real Estate Fund. Good night, Jim Bob.
Not Mary Ellen. No, Mary Ellen, you can't see the books.
Huge swath of our audience has no idea what we're even talking about right there. Look it up. It's a classic.
It's Boomer Hour.
The
It's all right. This is the Ramsey Show. Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today. Dalton is with us in Indianapolis to start this hour. Hi, Dalton. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Sure. What's up?
So about a year ago, soon after I got my first job, I invested into an IUL due to talking to my parents' financial advisor. And since, after having kind of see some of your work, and I saw one of the videos you guys talking about it, and I kind of looked into it myself, I kind of decided I would like to get out of this. However, the problem is there's a surrender charge. So I have about, I've been invested since last November, and I have about like $1,500 invested. But if I were to try, I can't transfer it into anything else. And if I try to leave it, I'd be left with $400. And the surrender charge doesn't go away until like another 10 years, and I'd have to keep investing. So I'm not sure what to do about this.
Well, it sounds like you've lost $1,100 to me.
Yeah.
And, make note that this guy screwed you.
Mm-hmm.
Putting you into this product. I mean, he put you in a product that the only way you avoid surrender charges is 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. How old are you?
20.
Good Lord.
Man, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
We file this one under stupid tax, and we've all paid our version of it, but I hate that you have to deal with this and lose that $1,100. But it's not worth
the only other option is continue to pay them money and lose even more.
Yeah.
What are you paying into this thing?
It's $150 a month.
Whew.
What do you make?
$22,000 a year.
Oh my gosh. What do you do for a living, Dalton?
I'm a diesel technician.
Okay. All right. Well, as painful as it is, and I'm hurting with you right now, and I'm kind of angry at this character for putting you in this thing. As painful as it is, I would stop. Now, and let me just tell you, here's an interesting story. I was 22, and a guy that was in a fraternity that my wife had been the little sister to the fraternity came to our house with Northwestern Mutual, sold me a whole life policy, and I've got a finance degree. I should know better. And oddly enough, Dalton, that was a long time ago, but it was $150 a month. And when I discovered, like you have, about a year in, that I had to stop, that I'd been screwed, then I canceled it. And you know how much of my cash value I got? Zero. I lost about the same amount you're going to lose. And I was 22 years old. But that doesn't mean that I would, staying in it would have just been worse.
Yeah.
You're going to pay $1,800 this year just paying into that thing.
The bad news for Northwestern Mutual in my case is that I've gotten to tell this story now for 40 years about how they screwed me.
They've lost a lot of customers thanks to you.
It's cost them a lot more than the little bit of money they got out of me, and I've gotten almost as much satisfaction as the money they got out of me. So
it was worth it.
Yeah, but you're not going to get that opportunity, I doubt, as a diesel mechanic. You might tell some other diesel mechanics not to do business with this particular guy, but yeah. I'm sorry, Dalton, but the actual proper correct thing to do is just, if you have a hole in your pocket, sew up the hole. Don't keep putting money in it.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured, but, I just want to make sure there was no other options, but,
and don't be mad at your mom and dad. They don't know any better. The financial advisor should know better. But a financial advisor that sells universal life is not a financial advisor. A financial advisor that sells universal index is an insurance agent. They're not a financial advisor.
Yeah, that's what I kind of started to learn because my parents also are invested through him, and I found out what he has them on is also another life insurance product. So I think he just,
he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't really do investments. He just sells insurance.
Yeah,
he makes a lot of money on it too. Like he made as much as you lost on this deal this year.
Yeah,
that's the other thing.
So. I talk about this, Dave, in my new book, Breaking Free from Broke. I have a whole chapter on investing traps, and I took a lot of time on the permanent life insurance section because too many young people are falling for this.
It's
come
weird.
Back around.
It's come back around. It's got, the TikTok idiots have stepped up and are really hammering this stuff.
Well, they call themselves, Dave, tax-free wealth strategists. That's what they don't call themselves financial advisors anymore because it's cooler to call yourself a wealth strategist.
Here's the dumb butt part of that, okay? Tax-free wealth strategist. Now, let me tell you how you get tax-free money out of a permanent life insurance policy. Number one, you pay into it for years and years and years.
The tune
of
$150 a month.
Pass this thing. He's got no cash value right now. After a year of paying in $150, just what we've been telling you for years. They keep it all. Once you get past that, you finally build up a little bit of horrible
pocket change,
piss poor returns. And you got $2,000 in there. You keep doing it for your whole stupid life, and it would be a stupid life. And you got $50,000 in there. You know how you get your $50,000 out tax free? Borrow it. Well, guess what? If you go to the bank and borrow $10,000, it's tax free. Borrowed money never is taxed. It's dumber than hell, but it's not taxed.
It sounds cooler when you put tax free in front of it.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, of course it's tax free. You idiot. Not you.
Thank you.
Not you, Dalton, but Dalton, but the guy, I'm a tax-free wealth strategist. Well, of course you are. The way you get your money out, you borrow your own stupid money out of this policy, and you pay them interest. Of course it's tax-free. Borrowed money has never got taxes on it. That's dumb.
Don't poke holes in their genius strategy, Dave.
They're a bunch of genius. I'm a tax-free wealth strategist.
I have a hot take for every investing trap, Dave.
Go down to the bank and borrow $15,000. That's tax-free.
Here's what I say. I said permanent life insurance as a wealth-building tool is a legal scam peddled by insurance agents posing as financial advisors. It gives them fat commissions and locks you into a lifetime of stupid tax. Dalton is Exhibit A. And luckily he's getting out.
I'm Exhibit A. He's B.
He's B. Dave did it before it was cool. Now it's trendy on TikTok.
That's why it still makes me mad.
Oh, my goodness.
And of course, the guy, the fraternity bro, right?
That makes it even worse.
You know how long he was in the business? About 20 minutes after he sold our policy, he was gone. Because that's 80% of those agents are out of the business in 1 year.
So much turnover.
80%.
Well, they must lose their soul in the first 3 months selling this crap.
They don't lose their soul until they sold all their family and friends.
There we go.
And then when they try to sell it to individuals who are actually using their brain instead of the relationship to make the sale, then they find out they lost their soul.
Oh.
That's what happens. And they get out of the business. They run out of steam. But the business is set up to, the industry is set up to milk your sphere of influence. So they put you in there as a greenie. They milk your sphere of influence, your natural market.
And they tell you go after your friends and young people and college students.
We're going to serve your natural market.
Oh, my gosh.
With a tax-free wealth strategy. Shoot me.
Brilliant.
Just shoot me. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.